This is the recommendation to Presbytery from the Committee on Representation.
The heart of our purpose as a committee is to enable justice in our Presbyterian churches. We're not simply a committee that meets to assemble statistics and make unreasonable and recommendation. Our existence is a statement of our collective willingness to press for change, to demonstrate the unfolding kingdom of God, and point the way where we need specific improvement. Thank you for trusting us to say something true and valuable. As such, we offer these specific recommendations.
We offer to the nominating committee a brief analysis of Presbytery efforts at diverse committee representation over 3 years, with full trust that this committee is already well aware of the challenges of finding diverse representation for all committees. We acknowledge the risk of overusing specific gifted persons of color to the point of burnout. Still, we will highlight these needs for the future. The Committee on Ministry is the largest committee at 22 persons, and to our knowledge has not had a person of color since 1988. We would strongly recommend attention to this need, given the size and importance of this committee to individual churches and ministers. Secondly, the Committee on Preparation for Ministry does not have a person of color, which is of concern as it oversees the preparation of ministry for persons of color, whose lived experience is not reflected among those charged with assisting them on their journey into ministry. We recommend attention to this committee over others to address this current need. Beyond these 2 recommendations directly to the nominating committee, we offer these 3 recommendations to the Presbytery as a whole.
First, we encourage churches to realize the unrecognized gifts that COVID-19, forced change, and technology have given to us, to use a wider array of people for leadership in the church and presbytery. Thanks to Zoom and digital meetings, newer, busier, younger people are available to meet without the burden of travel time and costs. Older and more experienced persons are able to participate despite the need to quarantine. We urge you to change how you plan meetings, inviting people into leadership despite the traditional limitations of health and travel schedules, and encourage folks to say yes based on their passions and desire to help the larger church. If you aren't using digital meetings, please consider how this technology may be used in the future. Increased internet access for all Arkansans is an issue of justice that we encourage the Presbytery to consider and act upon.
Second, we note that our method of collecting statistics is outdated, incomplete, and likely structurally racist. In the current system, it is over-reliant on clerks of session and their pastors to guess at personal information such as race, age, gender, and disability, thus opening the data to errors of omission and assumption. We do not collect any data on sexual orientation or gender expression, nor keep accurate count of friends of the church who have not yet fully joined us in formal membership. We recommend an overhaul of our statistical methodology to use digital individual survey methods, as well as reconsidering an overture to General Assembly to include friends of the church in our statistics. At present, we lack the ability to accurately represent the life of the church or hold attention to their vitality.
Finally, our strongest recommendation is very specific and concrete. We recommend every church in our presbytery to become a Matthew 25 church in the coming year. We challenge each church to examine why they would not become a Matthew 25 initiative institution, as each of these 3 foci enable brave conversations about race and justice in the church, as well as our vitality. We argue that what really matters, our committee's purpose and the future of our presbytery, is vital. Church is reflected in leadership at every level, which can only be driven from within healthy congregations. We cannot force justice from the top down. And so we lift up the Matthew 25 initiative as a means of developing justice, vitality from within each congregation holistically.
Respectfully submitted, the Committee on Representation, 2020.